We now return to the United States, to Alabama. In Alabama, it is illegal for a driver to be blindfolded while operating a vehicle. You may not wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church. And perhaps most importantly, prison guards are forbidden from referring to their spouses as the old ball and chain. 3.2% of Alabama is covered in water. Alabama has over 2,200 dams over 25 feet high, plugging its 77,000 stream miles. It has one wild and scenic river, the Sipsey Fork of the Black Warrior. Historically, Alabama has more species of freshwater mussels than any other state in the country. Hurricane Creek has experienced considerable losses of native fishes, mussels, snails, turtles, and other wildlife due to pollution and habitat loss. 44 species of fishes once lived in the Hurricane Creek watershed. Now there are only about 20 to be found. The creek often produces a roaring sound like a hurricane as it rushes over its rocky bed, hence its name. It flows from the confluence of Davis and Coal Creeks in the town of Vance and runs west for approximately 26 to 28 miles before entering the Black Warrior River. Our next hero indeed has the force of a hurricane, and for that we are thankful. To introduce our next hero, please help me welcome Nelson Brooke from Black Warrior Riverkeeper.
Thank you, Catherine, for sparing everybody from an incredibly long list, I'm sure, of horrible laws in Alabama. John is a great friend and a true warrior in Alabama. He's been battling polluters and ill-doers for decades, and doing so with very little means and a very small watershed in Tuscaloosa County, Alabama, that, as you heard, flows into the Black Warrior River eventually. Hurricane Creek's an incredible resource, and John gives up a lot of time to protect it. But his work goes far beyond just protecting his creek in his backyard, Hurricane Creek. When Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast, John was there. He was down helping friends. When the Tennessee Valley Authority had a massive coal ash spill in Tennessee, John threw everything up in the air, and he was there. He was there on the ground advocating, flying with South Wings, and turning heads, documenting things. It's really been an incredible string of events for John, because he also then followed the trail of that coal ash down into South Alabama and the Black Belt to document the injustices to an impoverished community where it all ended up in a landfill. And ultimately, today John, he really threw it all up again for the Gulf Coast BP disaster, and he was down there, one of the first people up in an airplane flying around documenting the spill's effects on the Gulf of Mexico and the communities. This man's a true warrior. He gives a lot of himself for all of us, and he's really willing to just throw it all out there for any of you if you have an issue that turns your life upside down. Like I said, true warrior. I'm really honored to present the River Hero Award to John tonight. Come on up, brother. Cheers.
Thank y'all very much. My name is John Watson, and I'm your Hurricane Creekkeeper. Hurricane Creek is the southernmost free-flowing stream in the Appalachian Mountains. Therefore, it has one of the most diverse ecosystems in the world. According to Dr. E.O. Wilson, two-time Pulitzer Prize winner and curator of entomology at Harvard University, you have to go all the way around the world to the Tibetan Plateau to find an ecosystem as diverse as what we have in Hurricane Creek. Hurricane Creek lies at the foot of the Appalachian Mountains and also in the upper coastal plain. The Appalachian Mountains have been said to be some of the oldest mountains on the planet. Therefore, Hurricane Creek could very well be one of the oldest streams on the planet. Well worth deserving some championship, some protection, a voice. Like most of the rivers and streams that all of us champion, Hurricane Creek was without a voice. I became that voice because I felt like I was selected to do so by a higher power than I can ever tell you about. I'm not a religious man, but I am a spiritual man, and I believe that a lot of us in this room were called to this work. I was called and welcomed it. I've closed my brain and listened to my heart. I go where I'm supposed to go. That doesn't make me a hero. I went to Kingston, Tennessee because nobody was telling the truth. I was there with Donna Elizabeth. Where's my sister Donna? Stand up. There's a hero. Donna and I paddled into the Emory River. We paddled her right up their asshole. We took the first samples that came out proving that TVA was lying through their teeth. There was arsenic in the river, there was arsenic in the fish, there was arsenic in the well water. That doesn't make me a hero. I told the story for a voiceless river. I went to the Gulf of Mexico, not because I was a hero, but because they needed help. I have some expertise. I've got a lot of great camera gear. I went down there to do a job and did so. But in doing that, I taught the people down there how to tell their own story. Because I'm not a hero for telling the story of other heroes. The people that are on the Gulf Coast today, many of those folks are, I can't describe the way I feel, the emotion that I feel for those heroes who couldn't afford to come to this fancy party tonight. I'm here to be their voice if I can. After the Kingston coal ash disaster, I thought I was through with that episode. Little did I know that they were going to transfer that disaster. They didn't clean up Kingston, Tennessee. They transferred it to Perry County, Alabama. I followed it into the state. I was the first one over there with South Wings. We got in the air. We got the pictures necessary, and we busted them. They were treating that stuff like it was a hazardous waste in Tennessee, bringing it to Perry County, Alabama, dumping it out in my neighbor's front yard. Right now, the ash pile in Perry County is the highest structure in the entire county, and that should be considered a crime. Those people can't even plant a garden to grow their own food because of the coal ash that's blowing on their food every day. And in the words of Miss Ruby Holmes, that ain't good. That's right. That makes me the voice for a lot of people who really are heroes. I'm proud to do what I do. I'm proud to be a part of this family. And I can't tell you how honored I am to stand in front of better than 700 of the world's most powerful water advocates and accept this award on behalf of not only me, but on behalf of the people that support me. I had tremendous family support. Support from all of you here in this room who have loved me from the day I came into the Waterkeeper Alliance, and I have no reason why. You know? I'm probably the most loved and hated man in my county because I do stand up for my water body. And I don't care who you are, how much money you've got, my waterway is a waterway of the United States of America, just as yours are. We all have a right to go to those water bodies, catch a fish, and not worry about what toxins are in the flesh of that fish that will poison us and poison our children. Those rights have been stolen from us, and I'm not one to sit back and let a thief take my quality of life. I've done a lot of work in the coal fields in America. In the Four Corners area. You may not know what's going on out there, but the indigenous peoples, the Zuni, Pueblo, the Hopi, the Navajo, 50 million gallons of water a day are being stolen from their sacred aquifers in order to slurry coal 2 states away into Arizona, where the water is then dumped out on the ground because it's too toxic to even water their freaking plants. That's a crime. It's a crime against nature. It's a crime against those people. It's a crime against every one of us who believe in clean water. I won't stand for it. I'm a part of an alliance. I'm a part of a family. And now after this rally, I have an extended family. And it makes me so much more powerful to be a part of who you are. I have to give a great big shout out to my board of directors who do nothing more than allow me to be myself, your Hurricane Creekkeeper.